Across the globe, in the teeming cities and quiet corners of our world, there exists a darkness, a hidden world where predators stalk their prey, driven by motives we struggle to comprehend. These are not the hunters of the animal kingdom, driven by necessity. These are human beings, driven by a darkness within. In this series, we will delve into the chilling world of active serial killers, individuals who have evaded capture and continue to pose a threat. Their hunting grounds span continents, their victims a chilling testament to their brutality. Join me, if you dare, as we journey into the heart of darkness, seeking to understand the minds of these individuals and to shed light on the cases that continue to haunt investigators and the families of those lost. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you. The year is 1971. The city, Washington, D.C., a chill sweeps through the capital as young girls begin to disappear. 6 victims, aged between 10 and 18, vanish without a trace. The killer, dubbed the Freeway Phantom, terrorized the city for over a year. Despite numerous leads, the Phantom vanished, leaving unanswered questions. The victims became tragic symbols of the darkness beneath our world. Their faces, forever young, stare out from missing person posters. Decades have passed, but the case remains unsolved. The Freeway Phantom continues to haunt memories. Will justice ever be served? Only time will tell. Our journey takes us to the windswept shores of Long Island, New York, a place of stark beauty that belies a dark secret. Here, along Gilgo Beach, the remains of multiple victims were discovered in 2010. The case, dubbed the Long Island serial killer, shocked the community. The victims, often leading transient lives, were discarded like refuse. The killer remains at large, the investigation ongoing. Clues have emerged, but no definitive answers. The victims' identities are slowly being pieced together. Gilgo Beach now serves as a grim reminder of hidden darkness. The search for the Long Island serial killer continues, seeking justice for the silenced. From the bustling cities of the East Coast, we traveled to the sprawling deserts of the American Southwest, where a chilling truth lies hidden. In 2009, on Albuquerque's West Mesa, a gruesome discovery shocked the community. 11 women and an unborn child were found in a mass grave. The West Mesa bone collector remains at large. The victims, many struggling with addiction, vanished between 2003 and 2005. Their disappearances unnoticed in the city's underbelly. The discovery painted a chilling picture. Despite numerous leads, justice remains elusive. The West Mesa murders remind us of society's vulnerable. Their stories often overlooked until it's too late. Chapter 4: The Highway of Tears Vanished in the Wilderness. Our journey takes us north to the rugged and unforgiving landscape of British Columbia, Canada. Here, along the desolate stretch of Highway 16, known as the Highway of Tears, a chilling pattern of disappearances has haunted the region for decades. Since the 1970s, dozens of women, most of them indigenous, have vanished or been found murdered along this isolated highway. Their stories, often intertwined with poverty, systemic racism, and intergenerational trauma, paint a bleak picture of lives cut tragically short. The vastness of the terrain and the transient nature of life along the highway have hampered investigations. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and the tireless advocacy of victims' families, many cases remain unsolved. The Highway of Tears stands as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of marginalized communities and the systemic injustices that continue to plague our world. The search for answers continues, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring hope for justice. Chapter 5: The Original Night Stalker, Terror in the California Suburbs. We return to the United States, to the sun-drenched suburbs of California, where a reign of terror unfolded in the 1970s and 80s. The original Night Stalker, also known as the East Area Rapist and the Golden State Killer, terrorized communities from Sacramento to Orange County. His crimes, escalating from voyeurism and burglary to rape and murder, left a trail of fear and trauma in their wake. The meticulous nature of his attacks and his ability to evade capture for over a decade made him a ghost-like figure, a boogeyman lurking in the shadows. The original Night Stalker preyed on the complacency of suburban life, shattering the illusion of safety within their own homes. His victims, couples and individuals, were chosen seemingly at random, their lives forever altered by his brutality. Despite the passage of time, the memory of the original Night Stalker continues to haunt California. Chapter 6. The Daytona Beach Killer, Shadows in the Sunshine State. Our journey takes us to Daytona Beach, Florida, a city synonymous with sunshine and vacation dreams. But beneath the surface of this tourist paradise lurks a dark secret. Between 2005 and 2007, a string of murders terrorized the city, shattering its carefree facade. 4 women, all involved in sex work, were found murdered in similar circumstances. The killer, dubbed the Daytona Beach Killer, preyed on the city's most vulnerable, their lives tragically cut short. The victims, often overlooked and marginalized, became tragic symbols of the dark underbelly of paradise. Their stories, often untold, serve as a reminder that even in the brightest of places, darkness can lurk. Despite a massive investigation and numerous leads, the Daytona Beach Killer remains at large. The case, though cold, continues to haunt investigators and the families of those lost. We travel back in time to 1946 to the quiet town of Texarkana, straddling the border of Texas and Arkansas. A series of attacks, dubbed the Texarkana Moonlight Murders, terrorized the community, shattering its innocence and leaving an indelible mark on its history. Over a 10-week period, a masked assailant dubbed the Phantom Killer preyed on young couples parked on lovers' lanes. 5 attacks, 3 of them fatal, sent shockwaves through the town and beyond. The Phantom, shrouded in darkness and fear, became a chilling embodiment of the unknown. His motives, shrouded in mystery, continue to fuel speculation and debate. The Texarkana Moonlight Murders, though a distant memory, serve as a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of small-town America and the darkness that can lurk even in the most seemingly idyllic settings. Our journey takes us to Oakland County, Michigan, where a series of horrific crimes in the late 1970s continues to haunt the community. Between 1976 and 1977, 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, were abducted, held captive and brutally murdered. The killer, dubbed the Oakland County Child Killer, preyed on the most vulnerable members of society, their innocence stolen in the most horrific way imaginable. The case, marked by its brutality and the tender age of its victims, sent shockwaves through the nation. Despite an extensive investigation and numerous leads, the Oakland County Child Killer remains at large. The case, though cold, continues to be a source of pain and frustration for the families of the victims and the investigators who dedicated their lives to seeking justice. The Oakland County Child Killer case serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of children and the darkness that can lurk even in the most seemingly safe and familiar surroundings. Our journey takes us to the scenic Colonial Parkway in Virginia, a road that winds its way through historic landmarks and picturesque landscapes. But beneath the beauty of this scenic route lies a dark secret. Between 1986 and 1989, 3 couples were found murdered along the parkway. Their romantic outings turned into nightmares. The killer, dubbed the Colonial Parkway Killer, seemingly targeted couples, their motives shrouded in mystery. The victims, young and in love, became tragic symbols of the vulnerability of love and the fleeting nature of life. Their stories, cut tragically short, serve as a reminder that even in the most beautiful of places, darkness can lurk. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and the tireless advocacy of victims' families, the Colonial Parkway Killer remains at large. The case, though cold, continues to haunt the families of those lost and the investigators who dedicated their lives to seeking justice. We conclude our journey in the San Francisco Bay Area, where a shadowy figure known as the Zodiac Killer terrorized the region in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Zodiac Killer, unlike many other serial killers, craved notoriety, taunting police and the public with cryptic messages and ciphers. His confirmed victims numbered 5, but he claimed responsibility for many more, his true body count remaining a chilling mystery. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror gripped the Bay Area, his cryptic messages and chilling threats creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Despite numerous leads and a massive manhunt, the The Zodiac Killer was never apprehended, his identity remaining a mystery to this day. The Zodiac Killer case, with its unsolved ciphers and unanswered questions, continues to fascinate and frustrate investigators and amateur sleuths alike, a chilling reminder of the power of the unknown. As we conclude our journey into the heart of darkness, we are left with a profound sense of unease. The cases we have explored, though diverse in their geographical locations and modus operandi, share a common thread: the enduring mystery surrounding the perpetrators. These individuals, driven by motives we may never fully comprehend, continue to cast a long shadow over our world. Their victims, forever frozen in time, serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of seeking justice for those lost. The hunt for these killers continues, fueled by the dedication of law enforcement, the tireless advocacy of victims' families, and the hope that one day light will pierce the darkness and justice will be served. Thanks for watching.